Hello guys, this is Vinay and welcome to my channel Code Fleet, and today we're going to be talking about loops, what are loops and where they're used. And just to tell you that we are just going to learn two kinds of loop. First one is for loop and the other one is while loop. We're not going to study do while loop because these all are same. There's not much difference. Everything that you can do with for can be done with other loops. I agree with that, but everything that you can do with do while loop can also be done by for and while loop. So let's just go with the for and while loop. It's kind of easy, and do while loop just I don't buy that. I don't even like that loop. Okay, so let's start with for loop. We'll be talking about syntax here. So it's just first thing that you use a list or something like that that can be iterated, that is iterable. You just can't go with the a is equals to 2 and iterate over that. No, it can be iterated. Okay, so remember that thing. So the syntax is for some variable, and all the programmers like to use I, but you can use anything. For I in. Now you can put something, your own variable, or you can set any range. Let's start with a list, and that will be a range, and you can just go with the 0 to 10. And as I have told you before that in Python the starting index will be included, but the last index will be excluded. So it's going to just print from 0 to 9. Okay, so print I. Now this prints 0 to 9. Now let me get this straight here. I know you don't like, those people don't like it who just want to do something by their own hands, just want to print their number without a loop. I mean, yes, you can print 0 to 10 without any problem, but how are you going to print 0 to 100, 0 to 1000 and 0 to 10,000? So here we have a benefit here with the loops. So you just print here. Okay, I know I can tell you how much time did it take. Okay, first let's do. Okay, so this much time it took to run this loop and print 0 to 9. Can you do that with this amount of time? No one can do that. No one can do that. So this range function, you can just get those numbers. You can start with another number. Let's see, you start with 2 up to 10. So you just print from 2 to 9. It comes in handy in so many situations. So let's start with for I in. Okay, let's first create a list. We create a list. A is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. These are even numbers. So in A, now you can iterate here because A is a list and it has some items that can be iterated over. Okay, you just can't go with A. Okay, we have B is equals to A and you're just going to iterate over that. No, it's not like that. It's kind of a really messy thing, and it shows that you are just a fool, I guess. Okay, so we are also going to print this I here, and it's going to print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And remember one thing, this I here, okay, this I here is this value first, this value, it will take this 2 here and print the 2 here, then it will take 4 and print 4, then it will take 6. Each and every item has its turn. Each and every item will be printed when its turns come. Okay, so this I flows from here to here, taking each and every value and print it, and we get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so that's a simple for loop. What you can also do here, that you can also use conditions in the for loops. So that's kind of a beautiful thing here. So let's say for I in A. So we have even number here, the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But let's give it an odd value. So we have 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. So only 3 here is the odd value. So let's put a condition if I modulus 2 is equals to 0. I'm going to tell you what this does. Then print I. Okay, so what this going to do is that it will take every item from A in this I, and it will do this modulus here is equals to, if it's equals to 0, that means if the number is even. If the number is even, then print it, and if there is any odd number, then do not print it. Okay, we get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We do not have this 3 here. Why? Because there's a condition if we have an even number. This tells us that, okay, we have an even number here. But if you replace it with 3, what you're going to get is just 3, because 3 is the only number that if you divide 3 by 3, you just get 0 remainder. Okay. Okay, 3. Okay. 6. If we divide 6 is 3 into 2 is equals to 6, and you get 0 remainder. Okay, I was kind of distracted. Okay, so let's start. That was all about numbers, but can we use loop with strings? Yes, we can use. For I in, let's say, hello code fleet. Okay, hey, I am here, how are you? Okay, so let's print I. What happens when we print this I? Okay, we do not have any number here, but what it's going to print? It's going to print each and every character. This H, then E, then L, then L, then O. So, okay, but we do not have those indexes here. We can, I mean, what if we want to count how many numbers are there, how many words are there? So we can do this one thing too. Let's copy this and paste it here. What we can do, we can save this text in here, and we can put here a range 0 to 20. I mean, I don't know how many characters we have here. So now we print I, we get the numbers. Okay, so why it's kind of a, you don't know how many texts are there, so you can just do length of text. What this length is going to do is, it's going to take this length here, how many words are there, it will count them, and it will create a range here. Okay, so that's that many are there. So if you run this cell, you're gonna get error here, because that's what I told you. You can't just put a single number there. A length is here a single number. Okay, let's take that 20 characters, so the length is 20, so you can iterate over 20. Okay, so what you are going to do, you are going to use a range and from 0 to length of the text, and now you can use it. If you print it, okay, we can see that we have 16 elements here, because it starts from 0, so I have 16 words there, including the spaces. So if you also want to print those okay, so I want to say which one is the fifth one, I can just count there. Okay, it will be really hard for me to count each and every single character. So what we can do is, we can also do this: text square brackets I, close it, and then do this. Okay, so what this do, that this text and this I, we use this I here as an index, and let's say the first value is 0, and this I becomes 0 here, and text 0 is this H. Okay, so we can see that, okay, this space here is 5, the D here in code is 8, and this F is 11. Okay, so this F here is 11th number. I just don't go there and count, okay, this one 1 2 3 1. No, it's not going to be like that. I just print it, and okay, I can see this E is on 14 number. It's kind of really helpful for me. So what next comes is a while loop, and a while loop it's also similar to the for loop. It's everything that you can do with for loop can be done with while loop, and everything that you can do with while loop can be done with the for loop. So it's just going to be a short program for the while loop. Let's take I is equals to 0. First, remember that if you want to create a while loop, you will have to initialize the variable first. You just can't put that variable inside the for while loop. So let's take I is equals to 0 and do it's a syntax while. After while, you just put your condition. What is the condition? Okay, let's take if I is more than 10. Okay, we can see that I is equals to 0. Yes, it's more than 10, but it's not just a simple conditions. We are going to increment that I every time with the loop. So let's print. Okay, let's print index and I. Okay, if we run here, it's just going to be infinite loop, because we do not see anything that run our loop safely. So let's increment it. First thing, you can just increment like that. You are not using a C++. I told you before in my previous video, if you don't know how to increment, then just go in the data types or those operators and just study them and see what we do here. So let's increment this with 1, and if we run this, you're gonna get 0 to 9. 0 to 9. Okay, here we have our indexes. It's kind of a similar thing. You can also do this with for loop, but in a small number of lines, in a less number of lines. So I prefer mostly for loop. It's really easy and relatively simple. So we can also do this with the text that we. Okay, let me tell you this, that we did this here. Okay, we are going to do the same thing here. First we print text I. Okay, so same thing here, length of text. We are going to put a range here from 0 to length of text. Okay, it's gonna give us error and it's smaller than equal to. Okay, so why are we getting this error? Oh, no, we just don't use this here. Okay, so we are still having error here. Smaller than equal to. Okay, we are not using equal to here. Okay, sorry for the mistake. So we have this here. Okay, so let's see. We have 3 into 5 lines here, but in for loop we just had 3 lines. Okay, I mean, yes, it's a simple program, but 2 lines are just, it's going to be a problem if you do this in a big program. There will be so many lines, and it will be a problematic thing for you and for everyone. Okay, so this concludes everything here, and I'll be posting this notebook in the description down below, and you can also go to my GitHub repository and fork the repository. And thank you so much. Hope you like this video, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you.